Okay, since USDCAD has been on a tear, just kind of dropping like crazy here. I wanted to make a real quick video. Um, Obviously, it's Friday, so I can't necessarily take a trade um, for the next day or just queue up a trade for the next day. So I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna make a note in my on my computer to hit me at 4 o'clock on Sunday, so that I can position myself accordingly based on where the pivots are. So once the pivot points print, I'm going to try to take another trade into this going down. There's a couple of things here though that I want to really keep in mind. Right now, my profit target is at this key level, so it's beyond the last zone and into a new key level. So this is going to be like profit one. Here, let me just draw it in. I've been avoiding doing that, but I'll draw it here so that it's out the way. This is one, make it a whole different color. Let's do it like this. And then I'm going to clone it. If I can do that. Nope. Clone. And then I'm going to clone that one too. That's going to look something like this. There we go. Okay. 1, 2. And then my home run is here. This is what I've got. As a beginner, if you're new to trading like this, it's going to be kind of difficult for you to not take profit. It's going to be difficult for most people to not take profit, period. But the thing that makes this worth it, you got to keep in mind, I just made a couple of trades on autopilot and made around 2% on each one of them, or 1.5 for the Euro USD stuff. So for me, what I've put so much time into this particular setup, I'm literally looking for a double-digit return off of the positions I build, even if it's only 2 trades. It doesn't matter the number of trades. I'm only getting in to situations that have a high probability and inherently better than 1-to-1. The point I'm trying to make is that since I've put so much time and energy into this particular setup, I'm going to expect to have a reward that matches or exceeds that. I could just set the autopilot trades and focus on those, but this is a pyramid reversal strategy. What I do think might happen here with price action, I don't want it to happen. Well, it's not that I don't want it to happen. I just got to be able to adjust to it. Is it might come down to this key level area that's kind of coinciding with the trend line that I drew. And just like it touched the top of the trend line and it touched the bottom of the trend line, so we got a couple touches on the bottom of the trend line, we got a couple touches on the top. It might hit the top and then go sideways or go higher or whatever. If that happens and there's not like a 50 on top of it or something where I might be able to get in on a pivot or something like that, if that happens quickly, like in the next couple bars that print or something, and then it rejects, I need to probably get out. And that's going to be hard for me to do because I'll be giving up on this position. But at that point, it's going to be really difficult for me to justify the volatility of this particular price action in this situation. Really what I want to do is to try to take these smooth trades all the way down to profit target. I don't want to try to force my will onto this chart, onto this pair, and play it that way. Really, I'm looking for smooth entries and a smooth, yeah, we can chop around a little bit, but it should be relatively smooth as we go down. We got like a really weird head and shoulder situation going on here, if you want to call it that. This has not been smooth. To get it right, it has not been smooth. This huge roller coaster drop has been nuts. And if coming out of this big drop and we see some deceleration, that's why candlestick bars are getting smaller, we see deceleration. And if that deceleration results in volatility in the other direction, then I need to get out. But if it goes sideways, and even if it's kind of, pretty big bars sideways, I'm okay with that. If it goes down, obviously I'm super okay with that. But if we have violent moves up, I don't want any part of that. I'm done with this. I don't want any channeling. I'm not trying to trade a channel. I'm trying to trade a trend down. And that's it. All right. So I just wanted to make this video so you guys could get even clearer on why I'm still in this, what I'm looking at, and what would be an absolute no-go on this situation. I've already been super patient here, and it went kind of sideways on me. I kind of held on, which is what I usually do not do. And now we have this big drop. So maybe this big drop will lead to some momentum where we can take this down. Maybe it needed that. Maybe that's what it encountered when it hit this zone. I don't know. We're about to see. But even looking at the other side, if you're confused about what it looks like when it's smoother, getting into the trade, right? It was similar to what we're experiencing right now. A lot of sideways price action, not really choosing a direction, and then we had a big green bar right there. You see green bar? Big green bar. And then we were kind of like sideways. Nothing crazy, a little chop, but we never dropped back down. There was no violence to the downside. Notice, there's no violence down. There's no violence down. This is just smooth. There's no violent drops. There's another big bar higher, but there's no violent drops here. That's what I need in the other direction here. I need going down. We can come back up, but nothing violent high. If I see one bar that's violent high, I'm probably getting the hell out of this, because then it really justifies that I'm not right in my assumption of what this pair was going to do. And at that point, I can get out of the position without necessarily taking a loss. This trading stuff for me definitely isn't about money. It's more about, am I right or am I wrong in my assumption of what's about to happen based on my analysis. So I focus on getting real tight with analysis. The better my analysis is, the better my trades are. The better my trades are, the higher likelihood I have to make money. Higher likelihood I have to make money, the more money I probably will make. Pretty straightforward. All right, peace.